Brian Cooper, everyone. David Zola, the Body Electric. I was going to save the jokes for the roasters and for our MC, E.L. Cohn, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to do any introduction because you've been waiting long enough, but this is a frequent contributor to Little Village magazine, the inimitable E.L. Cohn, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon. So nice to see such a large crowd here. We all have a shared love for this town, but it's not without reproach that we can't poke a few jokes at it. I'm really glad to be here myself. I got caught in a little traffic jam on the way, which in Iowa City is 4 people at a stop sign, all insisting that the other guy go first. The light was there for an hour. I was actually coming on my way here from a meeting we had about the big urban chickens crisis, and it was heated, passionate, but we finally decided that we're going to ask the city to ask that a Popeyes franchise open here in town because KFC's just gotten a little bland for us lately. So. Thank you, Brian. It's really an honor to be part of Little Village magazine, which is the only alternative publication here and only one of 3 cities of literature. I mean, you can tell just how prestigious and what a big important part of we are. You can see the rack space that we share. I mean, our magazine is right there next to the ad sheet and coupons for pizza and the Kirkwood catalogs. Our prestigious distribution network notwithstanding, we do try really hard to be a voice for diversity and inclusiveness, environmental issues. Though I don't know how diverse our town really is if our most famous black resident is a statue at the cemetery. But according to recent census data, there are 38 Pacific Islanders living in Iowa City, and the City Council has requisitioned T-shirts for all of them that say, "If you're reading this T-shirt in Arizona, I'm from Hawaii." You know, environmentally, a lot of people in town, I've seen it, they like to buy toilet paper made out of recycled paper products, but we have gone a step further, and we actually print our magazine on recycled toilet paper. and we're inclusive. I mean, I'll tell you, just yesterday I was in the Ped Mall, and a panhandler guy came up to me, and I included him in my own personal financial crisis by only giving him half the price of a bag of milk. But the magazine, you know, we wanted to do something funny and lighthearted, try and steer away from our normal in-depth and hard-hitting coverage of serious issues like the politically correct way to make mulch and you know, the cultural bias inherent in the sun rising in the east, and our efforts to get the city planners to rotate the city so that people on the west side of the town can experience the sunrise from time. You know, when we were talking about this event, we went around and talked to people on the street and asked them what they thought about the idea and what they thought about Little Village magazine. More than one person said it was like watching paint dry, which I think is fundamentally unfair because watching paint dry is actually comparatively pretty interesting. You know, and in fact, when we announced the idea of a roast, we got a very angry letter from a leader of a local vegan group. And she said that the term roast itself was carnivore normative. So I called her and said, hey, you know, you're more than willing, if you got a better idea, if you got something else you want to work with, send it to us. But she ran out of energy trying to pick up her pen. So it seems like, you know, sense of humor is not the only thing that her anemia is affecting. But we had a lot of great submissions to pick from, so thank you everybody who submitted, and thank you for everybody who's come out to watch. And almost everybody who submitted is actually here to read their stuff today. And for the few people that aren't, we got some people that are used to being funny in public, and I'm not talking about our city council members, but some of the members of the Red Door Theater Ensemble, so thank them for coming out. thank Brian for coming out, which he's able to fulfill part of his community service requirements. Playing a drum in a bookstore. I want your lawyer's number, okay? And it's really great to be here in this famous bookstore, which I just found out not quite 10 minutes ago is going to be closing because the university bought the building. They need a new office for their office of downtown property acquisitions. So shop up, everything's on sale. I don't know the details, but the building's going to be gone soon. Anyway, maybe this will be an annual affair. Maybe we'll never do it again. I don't know. It could be dry and dull and boring. I don't think so, but by the looks of everybody here in the audience, I kind of get the feeling you laugh at anything. And if not, you'll get angry and protest in front of the magazine, and that's good press, so we'll take it. Anyway, thank you all for coming out here.